my very first video takedown, and it was a huge shock. In case you're interested, it was my very first video on borderlines. Who knew that the topic of borderlines would royally piss off a lot of people? So someone falsely flagged my video, and apparently when someone flags your video on YouTube, they often will just immediately take it down, and then the channel has to submit an appeal to get the video reinstated. Well, of course, I have not ever broken any of the YouTube community guidelines, and so I knew immediately that this was just total bullshit. I knew it was a troll who falsely flagged the video. So in fact, when I filled out my appeal, they just give you a small space. I wrote, "A dumbass troll falsely flagged my video." And I have not done anything that contradicts the guidelines. So thank goodness, I think it was less than 24 hours later, my borderline video, in fact, was reinstated, and yay, I'm happy about that. And I'm also actually really happy that it happened, because it did force me to go through and read through the community guidelines very carefully. And I'm just going to share a couple of things that came up that a lot of people don't realize that is in fact breaking community guidelines, which is that you cannot have the same words in your description bar as the tag section. So your tags, words that you're using as tags, are not supposed to be repeated in the description area. That's something that I actually was not aware of. Thank goodness I've gone through my videos, and there were a couple of times when I had repeated words in my description that in fact were also tag words, but I don't think it's breaking the guidelines, because in the, I'm making videos about narcissism, so I'm gonna have the word narcissism as a tag, and then I'm gonna also have that word in my title and in the description part. So it's a little tricky there, but that is a guideline. You're not supposed to repeat the same words in the description bar as the tag section, and it's because they claim that it is a way to trick the algorithm, and it tricks YouTube into your video popping up in more areas than it should. I don't know, something like that. So, and another thing is that your description should match the content of the video. Your video title should always match the content of your video, and your thumbnail photo should match the content of your video. So technically, someone can flag your video, and if you have a picture of a gorilla in your thumbnail and your video is about learning how to swim, technically you are breaking the community guidelines. So I'm just throwing it out there to let you know that if you're worried about trolls flagging your videos, just be really sensitive and vigilant about making sure that your descriptions, your content, and your thumbnails for your videos all match up and they're related. So that's it. I just wanted to share my recent experience with having a video takedown, and in the end it all worked out. So as always, stay strong and get toxic trolls out of your life.